Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Tech 769 bringing another commentary today. And today we'll be talking about PS4's E3 Conference 2013. Let's get started. Before we get started, a little bit about the gameplay here. I'm on grind and I'm by myself. There's like 3 other people on my team. They're doing pretty bad. It starts off kind of slow for us and not that good. I'm not getting that lucky. I'm kind of getting killed when I think I shouldn't have. But anyways, it gets somewhat campy towards the middle and towards the end when the 3 of us, me and the other 3 of us, start to pick it up and bring it in the W. So enjoy the gameplay. I go over 40 kills. So now let's get started. The PS4 announced everything yesterday. They gave the design, which looks really similar to the PlayStation 2, and it looks alright, but looks don't really matter to me. I could really care less. It could look like a cardboard box and I'd be fine with that. But something they did announce is you must be a Plus member to play multiplayer, so it's going to be paid to play online now for the PlayStation, which is something that they need, in my opinion, because I feel that that's something that they lacked, that the Xbox had gained from in the previous years, because the Xbox could afford to update everything more often because of the fact that they had people paying for their online, so they can just reinvest this money that they get from the Plus members to make everything better, make more updates, make everything a little more crystal clear, a little more golden. And I think that's what they'll do with it. If they don't, then that's a huge downfall on Sony's side, but I really don't see them doing that. Another thing that they released is it's $399, which is $100 cheaper than the Xbox One, which is another plus for the PS4. And it's not always on. Like the console, it has a sleep mode, but it's not talking to you. You know, it's not listening for a PlayStation on or whatever the people have been freaking out about on the Xbox One. And they don't require the 24 hours, every 24 hours to check in. Your discs are yours to do with what you want. You can trade them in. You can share them with your friends, with an unlimited number of friends. And PlayStation is just doing it right. PlayStation is just kind of fucking taking the Xbox down the drain, and I think that they will be the console war winners this year. My prediction. And the fact that you don't have to have the internet to play the PlayStation is just one thing better. I mean, I don't usually have this problem, and usually none of the Xbox problems would ever affect me. But the fact that they're taking some of my rights and some of the privileges we've had for so long away, it kind of bothers me. And another thing is that it's $399 instead of $499. When you have parents buying these new systems for their kids this year on Christmas, they're going to see that $399 and $499 and be like, wow, that's $100 cheaper. That's an extra gift I could get someone, or 2 gifts for that matter, or an extra game or 2 that I can get instead of getting in the Xbox One. So I think PlayStation 4 will sell better in this holiday season. That's my opinion. And I think that since you are allowed to do whatever you want with the games, that it's just going to go over better, and that Xbox is going to have to fix their wrong problems to get anywhere with this. And I think that so far they've just clearly taken Xbox to the curb. And they announced some games. There's quite a few games. They've announced a whole lot, but some of the ones that I thought looked real good is Destiny, Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, they got the Batman Arkham's Origins coming out, and then they got the Watch Dogs. That game looks awesome. So, next thing is we're going to talk about the Destiny, and this is Bungie's Activision combo coming on here. It looked to me like a mixture of Call of Duty and Halo, and Bungie did so well with the Halo series, with their Halo 2 and Halo 3. Their last couple were a little flaky, but that's because they were required to make them before they could quit making games for Microsoft, so you can't really take them games into effect. They just threw some games together and called it good. Destiny looks awesome. It's got a little bit of mixture of Halo with being able to jump, but they've got this whole weird where you can like shoot things out of your hands, which is not really in Halo, and you can jump high, but it's got like regular guns that we're used to from Call of Duty. So there's a mixture of some real good things there. We've seen the gameplay for that. That looked amazing. And it's just one more advantage that PlayStation has, that you can play that single player without worrying about being online. And Watch Dogs, I watched that. I don't remember if that comes out for the PlayStation 4 or only for the PlayStation 3, but that game looked awesome. Everything about that game looks sick. It's got the mixture of like a Grand Theft Auto, but you know, like a Splinter Cell kind of deal going on with it. And it looked good. That's something I can't wait to see. And then the Splinter Cell Blacklist, I'm real looking forward to. Batman Arkham Origins, I'm pretty sure is coming out for all of them. That looked amazing. Deathstroke is such a badass, and I think it would be even cooler if you could be him and part of the game, like just be able to be one of the world's craziest assassins would be amazing. And the Kingdom Hearts 3 teaser that they gave us, excuse me, looked awesome. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 for the PlayStation 2 when I was a kid. And I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2 all the way through yet, but it was a lot of fun. And the Kingdom Hearts 3 with all the new technology looks awesome. Of course, it's going to be 2014 at earliest before we get our hands on it. But that's just something that is, you know, something to look forward to. There's so many games coming out that the Kingdom Hearts being a while before it comes out is not even anything to worry about. And next, I'm going to talk about what PS4 is doing right compared to the Xbox. Like I said before, it really bothers me that you're required to be on every 24 hours, and that you can't resell your shit. You can sell your used games, but you can only share them with one friend. And like I said, most of this stuff doesn't even pertain to me, but it still pisses me off. And another thing is that the fact that you can only share your game with one friend is just a bother to me. I usually do share my games with a few people. My brother always plays it because he doesn't have the money to get it, so he knows if I get it, he can just play it and then bring it back. And the fact that they have to be on your friends list for 30 days, really? Is that really? Really? Come on, Xbox. Also, the fact that they don't have to be connected to the internet. I know a few people that just don't have internet access, they just can't afford it, their internet's flaky. Well, even when they do have internet and we play online sometimes, it's flaky. And they disconnect all the time. And then, for some reason, because I don't make that much money, my internet gets disconnected. And I just decide I'm going to go through and play all the single-player parts of the game. I only have 24 hours to play. And if I don't do that in 24 hours, I can't play till I reconnect to the internet. That's not the way to go about this. If they're going to have you connect to the internet, that's fine with me, but it should be once a month or once every 2 weeks at most. And the fact that PS4 doesn't do that just means they did it right. They listened to they knew that their people, their buyers, the people that supply them with money, wouldn't want that. So they did it right. They did it right. They did it the correct way that it should have been done. And they've got that always on feature that the Xbox has. It's always on. It's in sleep mode, so it takes just seconds to fire up. 2 seconds and your game's back on. And that's it. That's all it takes. I mean, it's not like, but they do have the Move, and the Move comes with it, I do believe. And it has AI in it, just like the Kinect does. So I mean, the fact that it's still looking at you is still there. It's not like the Xbox is the only one, but you can just disconnect the Move if you want it there. The Xbox, we don't know. It may have to be on all the time. It may have to be looking at you. You may not be able to put an obstruction in front of it to not be able to see you. Supposedly, it's only looking for the Xbox on. That's what it's listening for, but I don't know. I mean, I don't believe that there's people in white lab coats watching all of us fucking do whatever we want, but I don't know. It seems to be there's an invasion of privacy there that's just not right. And it just, to me, seems that with being $100 cheaper and with everything being done the way that it is, that PS4's done it right, and they're going to be the clear console winners this year. And on a quick side note, I think that the Xbox will have to lower their prices for the fact that the PlayStation is selling. They're so much cheaper, and if you're still here, if I've earned a like button, beat that shit like it owes you money. This is me going 41-18 on grind, and this has been my PS4 E3 conference, and I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.